Are the peasants revolting against the new Toyota Tacoma? That's what we're going to get to the bottom of today. It seems like the poors are very angry with the new Toyota Tacoma. Doublethink, according to George Orwell, is holding two contradictory thoughts in one's mind that are in direct opposition to each other. Psychologists call this cognitive dissonance, and we're seeing a lot of this play out with the new criticism of the new Toyota Tacoma. It seems like it's a trend to have a lot of YouTubers and people orbiting the dealer, going to dealers and complaining about Tacomas, new Tacomas, while simultaneously being somehow attracted and interested in doing such behaviors. So it's kind of at odds, this whole orbiting the dealer just to complain about something that supposedly you're not interested in because it's so bad. To give you an example, would you go down to the dollar store and do a YouTube video about the low quality of what's down at the Dollar General? You're probably not going to be interested in doing any videos about the quality of the crap inside of Dollar General. You just let it be, if you're truly not interested in it. If we look at the two major complaints on the new Toyota Tacoma, you're going to see the two same things arise. One, first and foremost, is the price. It's too expensive. They can't afford it, in other words. The second one is it is of low quality. They don't make Toyotas like they used to. When the Toyota Tacoma was much older, let's say in the year 2000, it was literally the cheapest vehicle on Toyota's lot, brand new. A Toyota Tacoma in the year 2000 cost less than a Toyota Corolla. That's right, a Corolla costs more than a Tacoma. The Tacoma was the cheapest vehicle on the lot. It was something like $9,500, where a Corolla started at $10,500, a little bit more. The point is that the Tacoma was the poor people's vehicle. Why? It had two seats. It was a pickup truck. And pickup trucks 24 years ago were for two types of people, the poors and contractors. And that was the end of the story. That's what it was, and that was reflected in that 2000 Tacoma price that was lower than a Corolla. Today, it's done a 180. The Corolla is now cheaper by about $10,000. So there may be a little bit of resentment from people who viewed the Tacoma, or a pickup truck, or a small or mid-sized pickup truck, as a value vehicle in the past. Today it's done a 180. It's done a 180 because people no longer buy mid-sized pickup trucks to do work in, or because they're inexpensive. They buy them because they want to essentially pose and be phony. And they want to have a big boy, big truck, I drive a truck image. That's just what it is. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. What I'm saying is Toyota knows that. All truck manufacturers know that. And they're, for the last 24 years, been exploiting the devil out of that, which is how we land at this Toyota Tacoma price of starting at 33 grand before markups for seemingly just a truck. So the change in the social image of a truck and the social shenanigans of trucks somehow being some sort of pretentious thing that people just need to do to feel big boy about themselves, that is being exploited by Toyota, and that's explaining these high prices. So it's understandable for many people to be upset about those prices. But the price is not a reflection of the utility of the Tacoma or the utility of the truck. The price, the high price of the Tacoma, is reflected in the image, or as Toyota says, the lifestyle purposes of the truck. Toyota knows it, and they're coming for you. Now, over here, the second complaint is that the quality is no longer any good, that they're putting turbocharged 4 cylinders in it. New turbocharged 4 cylinders. They should have stuck with the naturally aspirated V6. They're putting new woke engines in the new Tacoma, and they're not reliable. Well, here's the thing. On planet America, turbos in Toyotas are new. In planet real world, Toyota's been putting turbos in their trucks for 40 years.
At last, the legend goes turbo. Because you never know when you'll need Land Cruiser Turbo Power. Direct injection makes it the most powerful vehicle in its class. The power, the performance, and the handling that puts you in control.
Direct injection turbo? What a charge!
Turbo Power.
Planet real world doesn't exist inside of the realm of planet America. They're two separate things. So no matter what I say about Toyota's been there, done that, making million-mile turbocharged gasoline turbo engines and gasoline turbo diesel engines, no matter how much I say that, planet America doesn't understand. 40 years, been there, done that, made reliable, already a thing. Planet America, there's no way a Toyota turbocharger is going to last with its advanced turbines.
出現スーパーコロナツインカムターボ搭載ツインカムのポテンシャルとターボの瞬発力が合体した1800で160馬力クライマックスここに極まるニューコロナ GT
Planet real world already did it 40-some years in the making.
How would you feel about a car with the technology of a quad-cam V6 engine for smooth performance? Power by a turbocharger producing 232 brake horsepower. Mid-mounted, so it outhandled nearly everything on wheels. Silenced, so you could almost hear your heartbeat. And was sensually sculpted by one of the world's finest car stylists. How would you feel? The exclusively imported
Reliability concerns are unfounded and lack any sort of contextual basis, simply due to the fact that many over here in planet America don't understand at all what's going on in planet real world. So cognitive dissonance might be at play here. Classic Orwellian doublethink, where one desires to have a new Tacoma, but since they cannot afford the new Tacoma, they make up reasons in their head, fictitious ones, about how it's garbage anyway, and therefore they didn't really want it. So it's, I want it, I can't afford it, I don't want it, it's garbage. And you can see, as Orwell says, they cancel each other out, so one can be at peace within their own mind. You have to admit that it's a little bit absurd to be fascinated with something that you supposedly have no interest in. Let's just call it garbage. Why in the world would you show so much interest in garbage if it truly is garbage? That is classic cognitive dissonance or Orwellian doublethink. You know you really like it, but you can't have it, so you're going to make up reasons why you don't like it. It's made in Mexico. It's not made in Japan like this classic Lexus GX 460. No, it's made in Mexico. The Tacoma's always been made in North America. Nothing has changed there. And yes, I know, on planet America, Mexico isn't part of North America. But in the real world, yes, Mexico is part of North America, and therefore the new Tacoma being made in Mexico is no different from any other North American made Toyota Tacoma. Here's the deal. Current new generation Toyota Tacoma owners are happy. There's no way around that. They are mostly satisfied. Of course, you're going to have dissatisfied customers here and there with any type of car or anything. But the actual truth of the matter is, most people who buy these vehicles are very happy and satisfied. What most people aren't happy with is the price. Most of the hate of the new Tacoma comes from the inability for the person who wants to buy it to be able to buy it. And so the mind makes up fantasies about, I didn't want it anyway. It's made in Mexico. It's not reliable. There's a turbocharged cylinder engine. The transmissions are breaking. You can't do a 5-to-1 tactical money shift on it and have at 60 miles an hour and have the transmission not blow up. So it's no good, blah, 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 blah. And everything's breaking. And now I can't do it. I'm priced out. It's only those other people, those elitists, Illuminati. Only they can afford the new Tacoma. And I don't like it. So I don't want it anyway because it's made in Mexico, it's not reliable, and it's no good anymore. All right, the point of today's playing around, and we're just playing around. It's just all fun and games. But I wanted to make this video to remind people to keep things in perspective. Yes, it's the same old Toyota. It's still reliable. We've got the same suppliers. The turbocharged engine is nothing new. Toyota's been doing them for 40 years. They've already been proven. All of the suppliers, from Yamaha engines to Aisin transmissions to Denso parts to Panasonic batteries to your Idemitsu jack, they've not changed. They're all same good old Toyota suppliers, made to the same levels of quality, durability, and reliability. The big thing that has honestly changed is the price. And this is why most people are upset. Not this, it's not going to last stuff. You know that's not true. It's the price. It's making people angry because Toyota knows that you're not buying a truck to do truck things anymore like 24 years ago. You're buying it for those other reasons that you, if you're honest with yourself, you know why you're doing it. You don't need a truck, you just want to be seen in a truck. Toyota put a price tag on that, and they are pushing that line. They keep going higher and higher to see how willing you are to get a pickup truck and not actually do any pickup truck stuff in it. Of course, there's people that are the exception to this rule that do off-road their pickup truck, or they are contractors. But the majority of people buying mid-sized and large-sized trucks are no longer using them for pickup trucks or pickup truck stuff. They're Louis Vuitton purses for men. They're fashion statements. They're status symbols. They're all this other pretentious nonsense that should have been left in the 1980s. But somehow in 2000, it went from practical and a budget vehicle and a work vehicle up to this Louis Vuitton nonsense. Look what kind of truck I have. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to put the bed cover on the back so it doesn't get dirty inside the part where you're supposed to put the building materials in. I don't want to, let me clean it. You know what I'm saying. This may be uncomfortable for people, but it is the truth, and that's what this channel is about. There's social reasons behind these truck prices. Most people are upset with that, and that's the biggest factor. They're being called out for their own pretentiousness. They can see now that they're being exploited. Before, it wasn't clear. Toyota kind of raised the prices, and they're like, people couldn't tell they're being exploited for their own pretentiousness, wanting to be seen in a truck. Now it's obvious. Toyota, with these $50,000, $60,000 Tacomas, with their markups in this, and the dealer, of course, is complicit too. Those markups are there, and now the buyer knows. Wait a minute, are you exploiting? You know I want to be seen in this truck doing not truck stuff. on the way to the cubicle, and you know it, and you're charging me for it, and I don't like it, but I want to do it. I can't control that. I can't control that insecurity. So I don't like this. So it's made in Mexico. It's unreliable. So the cognitive dissonance comes into play. So it takes two to tango. It takes people who insist on driving utility vehicles for pretentious reasons, and it takes a manufacturer like Toyota willing to exploit that. Now, is Toyota wrong for exploiting the buyer? It's a business. That's what they're going to do. Did Toyota take these prices too far? Probably.